Hey guys, welcome to our week 1 of December curriculum. This video is for the first half of the week for Monday, Tuesday. Before we get going, get your body warmed up. Start with some jumping jacks, sit-ups, push-ups, front-ups. Get that stretch in your legs. You're going to want that today. And then finish with 30 seconds of either like high knees, 30 more seconds of jumping jacks, or mountain climbers, or even holding a plank. Ready, set, go. All right, guys, so first thing we're going to work on today is a skill called outside block, right? Last month we learned the inside block, and we were even doing that with our shifting and blocking. Today, outside block is same concept, only now instead of blocking to the inside, we're blocking to the outside, all right? So that means instead of the punch that's coming at us, coming down the middle, now it's a swinging punch, swinging around the outside. We call this a hook punch, all right? So if you have your hands in a good ready position, right? Palms are out, face level, right? Then if they try to punch you, maybe you did some inside blocks and they realized they couldn't get through your hands, so now they're gonna try and swing around your hands, all right? That's where the outside block comes in. There's two ways you can do it. You can turn and block out like this, right? Similar positioning as our inside block we did last month where we turned this way, only now you're swinging to the outside. Another way you can do an outside block is to just reach out like this with your palm out, okay? So there's a couple, those are the two different ways to do it, all right? The more traditional Chi-To-Do way is to turn the fist out this way, all right? So that's what we're going to practice today. When someone is punching from the outside, you have your hands up. This is the same side block, right? If they're punching from this side over here, you want to punch out, you want to block out to that same side. If they're punching from over here, trying to get around this side, you're going to outside block to this side, right? And notice it's not just my arm. I give a little turn in my body, and that's what gives it a little bit of power, all right? So hitting with the thumb side of your arm, okay, turning it out, all right? And notice, remember, we've got our rectangle of protection. Our outside blocks apply. We don't go outside of the rectangle. It's block and come right back. I see a lot of people do this. They go, boom, right? Or they go, whoa. And then that leaves this wide open. You're swinging outside of that rectangle, and that's a dangerous place to be because then that leaves you susceptible to getting struck again on that same side. So it's block out and come right back, out and back. Same thing. It's almost like opposite windshield wipers. 1 and 2. Always, right? Windshield wipers always come back to where they were. They don't swing out and around. That would be a broken windshield wiper, right? So what I want you to practice today, if you have a partner or helper with you, I want that helper to just give you some slow punches coming around the outside, okay? So that the student can practice having their hands up, always coming from hands up right here, and blocking to the outside, slowly getting used to that movement. You're contacting wrist to wrist, right? So it's not trying to catch their fist, it's not trying to hit them with your hand. It's your forearm hitting their forearm. So their fist comes just right here, okay? All right, so outside blocks, practicing those. Ready, set, go. Okay, guys, next up on our lesson is going to be rear elbow strikes. That means you are striking behind you. Anytime it's a rear kick, rear elbow, rear hammer fist, that means you are striking behind you. What is the first rule of striking behind you? That is always look, right? So if I'm going to strike behind me, I need to look and see what is behind me before I strike, okay? Whether that's over the right shoulder or the left shoulder, okay? The reason we need to look, we need to make sure it's actually someone we need to defend ourselves against. You don't want to just go for an elbow every time you feel someone tap you on the shoulder, right? Then that's how you end up hurting people that are your friends and that you love, and you don't want to do that. So you always look over your shoulder, and it's just a look. It's not a turn right? It's just look. You only need to see out of the corner of one eye to see who that is, okay? Now, when we go for a rear elbow strike, we are hitting with the back side of our elbow, okay? And just like with any elbow strike, our power comes not from swinging our arm around, but from moving our whole body. So I'm going to show you guys a rear elbow strike, looking over the shoulder, bring the arm up nice and high, and turn into that strike, keeping your other hand up to cover, okay? So facing you, what that looks like from here is I look, and then the first thing we want to do is bring up our arm. We call this Dracula cape. This is the arm that I'm going to be striking with, and it's the back side of my elbow that's going to be hitting, okay? From here, I have the other hand up. All I need to do is turn, right? And if there's somebody behind me that needs to be fought off, my body does all the power with my elbow, not even swinging at all, right? So the hand comes up, turn, and then turn all the way around and face them. So let's do it from the other side now. I look, bring up the Dracula cape, turn to strike. I've got this hand up, and then I just finish by turning and facing them so that if I need to continue defending myself, I'm ready. All right, I'll show you now from the other direction. If I'm facing this way, look over the right shoulder, bring up the Dracula cape, turn, and then finish the strike by completing the turn, okay? So it's hitting with this back side of the elbow, but my power doesn't come from swinging like this. My power comes from turning my whole body. My arm really doesn't swing at all. It's just a twisting motion of the body and then coming all the way around. So here's the drill we like to do with these, okay? If you have a helper or partner, and hopefully you guys have a mitt that you can use, the partner is going to stand behind you and tap on one of your shoulders. If you feel a tap on your right shoulder, then you look over your right shoulder. Your partner should be holding that mitt up, right? The mitt is a face, so make sure you hold it at least the student's face level or slightly higher. You don't want to hold it down here because we shouldn't be elbowing anyone who's this much shorter than us, okay? So hold that mitt up at least their face level, just beyond the shoulder that you tapped. You look and you go for the strike at the mitt, right? Remember, hitting with this back side, you strike and then turn and face, then turn back around and reset, all right? So if you feel a tap on the right shoulder, look over your right shoulder and strike. If you feel a tap on your left shoulder, look over your left shoulder and strike, okay? Remember that elbow comes up, other hand comes up to cover, and just twist around. There really isn't any of this motion going on. You just keep your arm solid, twist around, and finish the turn facing them with your hands up. So practice those rear elbow strikes, at least 10 on each side. Ready, set, go. All right, guys. Third thing we're doing today is our pivot rising front kick. Last month we did pivot front kick, which pivot means with our back leg. The front kick had 4 parts: chamber kick, retract, back to balance. Now the rising front kick does not have 4 parts. Rising front kick is done with a straight leg. Now it's pivot, so that means you're kicking with your back leg, just like when we do our front ups. Warming up, you swing your leg straight, okay? But it's not just a gentle swing up like we do when we're warming up, okay? The target for a pivot rising front kick is the groin, okay? This is a self-defense kick. This is not something you do when you're being silly, wrestling around with your friends. This is not a move that you show your dad, hey, look what I learned to do, right? This is a dangerous move, and if you do it well, if you do it hard, you could really cause damage to someone's privates, okay? The purpose of that kick, of this kick, is if you are in a self-defense situation where you need to get away, you are maybe being kidnapped, they're trying to take you somewhere that you're not supposed to go, or maybe they're trying to do something to you, right? Hurt to your body or do something to your body that is not okay. It's one of those situations where you know that you need to get away from this person because they are bad, all right? And that's when you go for this kick to the groin. The idea is it's your shin is what's going to hit right up in the middle up here. So your foot actually is going to go just past them so that your shin, right, this big strong bone right here is what's going to hit the groin. If you only hit it with your foot, that's a lot of body weight and impact for your foot and ankle to take, and it's going to hurt you a lot too, okay? So it's really important that you get in close enough so that it's your shin that is hitting right up under the middle in the groin area, okay? So when we do this kick, you're in your ready stance, you've got your hands up, you've told them to back off, leave now. Maybe they've even got a hold of your hand and they're trying to drag you by the hand or holding you and they're saying, you're gonna come with me, right? That means it's go time. That back leg is gonna swing up fast and hard like this. No! Okay? Kicking as hard as you can. As hard as you can, guys. It can't just be a little tap, okay? Otherwise, that's gonna leave you in a bad way. They're going to be able to take off with you. All right? So you've got to kick hard and kick fast. Again, it looks like this. No! Right? It's not just the swing up and swing back like we do. That's just a warm up to stretch out our legs. When we do that pivot rising front kick, it's hard. It's with all of your energy in your voice like this. No! All right? So I want you to do 10 of those pivot rising front kicks on each side, using a nice loud voice each time. I even make a mean face when I'm doing it so that I really kick like I mean it. All right, because this is a serious thing, and you should be mad and angry that someone is trying to take you and hurt you. You flip that switch, it's go time, and you kick them. You blast them in that groin. All right, so 10 on each side. Ready, set, go. All right, guys, so our sheet for this week, our word is excellence. All right, so we like to finish up the year practicing excellence, doing things well, doing things extra awesome. So our sheet goes like this. Excellence is the condition of being very good or outstanding. All right, 5 ways to show excellence. Trying my very best to get things right and be as good as I can be. Number 2, not just going through the motions. And we'll talk later about what that means in the coming videos. Number 3 is behaving better than all my friends. Number 4, setting a great example for others who look up to me. We'll talk more about what that means too. And then number 5 is always keeping a positive attitude. All right? And this is our Bible verse. Whatever is true, honorable, just, pure, and right. Think about these things which are excellent and worthy of praise. Philippians 4:8. All right, so I think this is going to be a really great sheet for you guys to learn and memorize to finish out the year and to take what you learned this month with you into the coming New Year, holiday time and New Year's, okay? So remember, you guys can get this on our website, shepherdwarriormartialarts.com. Under the members tab, there it drops down and it says character trait sheets, and the juniors ones are all the way down at the bottom of that page when you click on it. All right, so make sure you get your sheet, start studying now so you are ready for testing at the end of this month. Thanks and have a great day.